All right, guys, so we're here today at the Perry Company. We manufacture the Fortress product line, and as a part of that, we have the Fortress Air Bar. And so I want to outfit this unit, this smoking trailer, with air bars. It's summertime's coming up. It's going to be getting hot for those guys, but I also want it to be portable. So we're going to build some custom brackets for this, but I want to show you guys that the air bar is very versatile. It doesn't just have to go in a UTV. It can go in several different applications. So for UTVs, it's strictly a 12-volt application. For this trailer, we have two different options. One is we're going to convert a 40-volt battery to run the air bar, and two, we have a converter in stock that will convert these to 110. And so you can just simply plug them into an outlet and run the air bar. And so the 110 is pretty easy. There was already electrical on this trailer. This is where we'll have to do a little bit of work, and our plan is to go ahead and mount the battery receptacle and all electronics to a plate similar to this. Hugo, you made this nice little plate, and I think these tabs were made to, if it's bent like that and we have a hole.
Either way, like if you put this on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, upside down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like
oh, okay.
You can go either way.
So you do it like that, and then you've got the hole up here, and this is just going to keep it from moving side to side. And we've got a single hole up here that will mount our electronics so that we can take a 40-volt Ryobi battery and power this air bar no matter where we're at, whether at the baseball fields or in a trailer or wherever. You can take this with you, and it becomes mobile at that point. Yeah. We are going to make some custom brackets. That's not something that's included in the kit. That is just for this Legacy Outfitters trailer. And yeah, that way we can keep these guys cool. Now, part of this is we have several different bars up here to mount to. And so I'd love to be able to move the air bar. If you're working in this area over here, you can mount it there. If you're working over here, you could mount it there. If you're working, they've got a frying station over here. I'd love to be able to mount right there as well, so that these guys are getting plenty of air throughout the process. So let's take a look at what the bracketry is going to have to look like. Let's hold that up there. And Hugo, I'm going to hold it up if you want to take what we think is going to work.
Yeah, like that.
Like that? Mm-hmm. Okay. So now removing this actually will give us some more space to go up if we wanted to make that lip a little bit longer. But basically, we're going to be pointing that air bar right back down at ourselves. Your air bar does have mounting holes on the back of it. This is a backing plate to an air bar, an old one that we took off for R&D purposes. And so you have 1/4 20 options back here to mount any bracketry that you'd like to make. I can envision that eventually we would be putting in the kit some carabiners and that sort of stuff, so that if you want to put it in the dugout for your kiddos at the t-ball game or whatever, that you'd be able to do that fairly quickly. So Hugo, we go up. Let's try just real quick. So we go up, back, and down. Okay. And then we're able to move it to anything that has square tubing like that.
4 places you can.
4 different spots. Yeah. Very cool. Okay, so now we need to turn it. What do you think we should make this out of?
It's going to be out of 12 gauge.
12 gauge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case you drop it or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so Matt, you'll draw this up. We'll bend it in the press brake, cut it on the laser, bend it in the press brake, and we get that going. And then I do want to cover more on the battery powered, the 40-volt, as we get the mounting, as we get this plate cut. Now, this plate that we're talking about might be a little different in the kit, but it's going to be very similar in the way that we want to move forward with an external mounting plate for the electronics. Well, we'll do that. We're going to cut some parts get back here and show you guys this custom outfit for this trailer, but then also talk to you a little bit more about the 110 applications, the 40 volt applications, and as hopefully you already know about our 12 volt applications that, again, don't just work on UTVs, but it's anything with a 12 volt battery. You guys stay tuned. All right, so we've got our custom 12 gauge brackets that we're gonna go ahead and install. We've got 2 holes here. These are 1032. I think I mentioned that they were 1/4 20. They're actually 1032 with hardware that will be provided, although these brackets do not come with these. This is custom to this trailer, and we're just gonna screw these in place. Tighten this one down. So it's nice to have those 1032 mounting holes. Really makes a difference when you're trying to do custom setups and that sort of stuff. Just gives you really good mounting points. Obviously, we're going to powder coat these and put them back on, so this isn't the last time that these brackets will be on there. Right, with these mounted brackets, we'll go ahead and throw it in spot. This is meant to be able to move quickly. And so now we're mounted, we're sitting still. And we've got plenty of airflow, lots of airflow. So looks really good there. If I'm working in that area, that's great. But if I'm not, then I should just be able to move back here and throw this up in there. And I've got more airflow. I want to try one more spot. You guys can see that this is the 110 application, so I'm just plugging it right here into that trailer. We are also going to be doing the 40 volt. So this is going to allow you, this one will adapt to a 40 volt Ryobi battery. Should last about 3 hours on a full charge. And so we'll be coming back to that. And then right above the fryer, we'll be able to, and you got plenty of airflow right here. So yeah, this thing looks great, feels great, works great. We'll come back and do the 40 volt to show you guys how that'll work. And this will be the ultimate where you could carry this to the soccer fields, baseball fields, picnics, whatever. This is gonna allow you to go anywhere. Stay tuned. So we have a couple of options on how we power the air bar. Obviously we have it mounted, and now it's up to our discretion or what's really available to us on what we use for power. Right here is a 110 converter. We are plugged in with an electrical cord to your basic outlet that you would find in your home or garage or whatnot. So we have that option. That's what we're calling the 110 option. Works very well. You get lots of airflow, obviously. Same thing with the 40 volt. So if you don't have an outlet that you can plug into, if you're out at sporting events or tailgates or something like that, and you want to get some airflow, basically all you do is we're going to swap out this connector. We're going to unplug the 110 version, and we're going to plug in the 40 volt version. Let's see here, it goes in a certain way. Come on, buddy. There we go. Tighten that down, and then you got power coming from this 40 volt supply that you can take anywhere with you. You're going to get about 3 hours out of a 40 volt battery to run it. And then there's always the original style of 12 volt. And so that's something that we use on our UTVs and that sort of stuff that run a 12 volt system, and we have all of that wiring in the kit. So when you buy this air bar, you're going to get the 12 volt kit. You do not get the 110 or the 40 volt. These will be sold separately depending on where you anticipate that you'll be using the air bar. Now we do have this mounted up here, and this is very specific to this trailer. It's custom mounting brackets that we made that are not included in the kit. There are mounting holes here at the back though, and that allows you to do a lot. Those are 1032, and we'll supply the hardware and all that sort of stuff. No matter what you buy, you get all the hardware, all the electrical connectors, everything that you need to put these systems together. Most of the time, they're going to already be assembled and just ready to plug and play.